up in the golf, or not the golf cart, but the four-wheeler was not a fan of pushing the Nova up that little hill. It was like, nope, I'm gonna head out.
It really is the litmus test for how good a push vehicle you have when you have to get that thing up a hill.
You get that tow bar start to bend a little bit. It's like, Not currently qualified, the Ducky Johnson hot rod here, but man, it looks slick.
It looks great with the carbon trunk lid, the carbon hood on it. Thing's cool.
Yeah, definitely just a little paint job away. I think the carbon hood's painted too, but get that thing to match up and look nice. It definitely looked good sitting down low. All the Novas here. So we'll see what Bartholomew, your number 20. And Ducky Johnson knocking the tires off as Bartholomew will improve on his time there. 4:56 with a 7:152. First call X275, brought to you by Pro Charger and Precision Turbo. First call X275, first call.
Huge field of X cars here this weekend. Huge field of all the cars here this weekend. Slow roller on the right side, and once the Nova's at the top end. Justin Burns will be coming up next to the Fuel Tech sponsored Mustang here on the right side.
That means that Kenny Hubbard can pull forward as he's been waiting there patiently. He just gets blocked in, is why he likes to move.
Yes. We need X275. X275 to the staging lanes, please. X275 for qualifying round number 3.
It's going to be Justin Burns, right-hand side of the racetrack, as we were talking about. Fuel Tech on board here in the right lane. The Summit Racing Equipment side and the left side. Look, that's Jason Riley from Tennessee, Estill Springs, Tennessee. We got all kinds of corruption up here. The Edwards Mississippian, the 94 Mustang of Burns, the first car to be there for Ultra in the staging lanes way before we even called. But, you want me to take a picture of all you guys?
Sure, if you don't mind, that would be awesome. Appreciate it.
Yeah, don't worry. As Riley is, they're out there getting Riley backed up. Here, go that way. It's bright mode, apparently. A little more. Keep. There we go. I thought the camera was kind of greasy there, but it was. Riley having some problems getting the thing fired back up and trying to warm it up or something out there. Is I believe they're just gonna. There we go. It's in reverse. As Burns and the rest of the crew, the Southern Speed Racing team out there helping out Edward Burns this weekend. Justin Burns, excuse me.
Yeah, after like the 8.
So Burns rolling forward. Got the boost all the way up. He gone, kicking the tire off. Riley looking strong, 122 to the 60. That'll give him a 504, 142. A little bit better than his number 6 qualifier pass of 506. And Slayersville, Kentucky has entered the water box. Martin Connelly, the Pro Charger. The Kentucky Hillbilly. Blowing eardrums out, and just as you were like, man, that car in the right lane's loud, Drakeford just rolls through the burnout box and says, get you some of this here. Because Drakeford... Number 8 qualifier, Clearwater, Florida. We have an announcement coming up.
Yes, starting at 1 p.m., it's the Car Chicks Women in Motorsports calendar signing at 1 p.m. at the Car Chicks trailer. They're set up. Many of the women that are featured in the calendar will be signing down there. Get down to the Car Chicks trailer, meet some of the great women of motorsports that are here this weekend. It's an awesome, awesome deal.
Connelly, the number 12 qualifier, 468, made the move up to Ultra, I guess, if you call it that, after campaigning a pretty serious 235 ride for many championships out here at the DXP production races. Throwing it down here.
Yeah, man, we also want to thank Paint by Meg for throwing an extra $500 for the #1 qualifier here in Autry. So thank you to Paint by Meg. Bye-bye goes 460, 655 on the left-hand side of the racetrack. No help for Drakeford. Connelly was really soft. Goes 473 and 152. Once again, this is part of the Autry Street Shootout Championship Series. Thank you to Vortex Superchargers, presented by MPR Racing Engines, Precision Turbo and Engine, Salvato Designs, in association with Gen 3 Hemi. So much for bringing you the Autry Street Series.
And the Mullet Man, well, the Mullet Child, Troy Perez Jr. coming at you here. The new Ultra Street ride as the General Lee was retired from service after coming in contact with the wall.
Here it is, the Buick V6. That's right. If you want to, if you're a gentleman out there trying to find a lady, this is the ladies' car. If you got a Buick V6 Mustang, it will pick up any lady out there, and that's what I was told. So it's got to be right.
Comfort and style.
That's right. So if you're trying to find the women, make sure to get yourself a Buick a Buick Mustang.
If you're out there wondering, man, this guy really put a V6 in this thing? It's a turd. Ha! Joke's on you.
Yeah, he hasn't made a clean hit yet. He went 490, but this thing's been in the 450s. Jason Waterman and the crew out there helping him out. TRZ, UPR, you name it, on board. Keep your eyes on the right-hand side, but never count out Troy Perez Jr. Shout out to Senior if you're watching on. Who's having some leg issues. Oh, he's here. That's right. He was gimping around. Yeah. No, he's over there. Yeah, I see him now. Here we go.
The buzzing half dozen here, the right-hand side. Fiscus, 112 to the 60. Look at that thing rolling. Checked it up there a little bit on the top end, but how about Troy Perez? Backs it up.
Wow, 461 with a 9 at 152, looking pretty good. Dave Fiscus still trying to figure out what's going on with the car as he actually shut it off early. He goes 479, his best hit, at 124 to go number 15.
Yeah, it's 60-footed and went to the 330 pretty good, and then after that, it just kind of checked out.
Here he is, Little Evil. Dave Pearson going to be left-hand side. The man in North Carolina, number 21 qualifier so far, trying to step it up over there in the Fox body. And the car that has been, every time it comes out, everybody keeps an eye on this car on the right-hand side, Barrett, because it's turned some really quick and fast numbers on with that combination.
Oh, most definitely. The Team Motion Raceworks hot rod there, Mark Rogers. You see Dave Cook flying down from the cold state of Iowa to help out. It's definitely a collaborative effort over there as you got the Custom by Biggins 2003 Cobra and Pete Harrell as he just up arrow everything.
Big shout out to Mackenzie Manson. Mackenzie, what's going on? Big shout out.
Hey, Mackenzie.
I'm only going to send you a t-shirt I keep forgetting about.
Rogers right there, 460 flat, looking to punch this thing into the 50s. We'll see.
Nikki Thomas said that she's ready for a Buick Mustang.
There you go, Fiscus. Pick her up. Put them down.
Rogers looking all right. Going to go out 458. He puts it in the 50s. They're going to be happy with that, 153.
I kind of shot my shot a little bit there, but I shot myself in the foot when I was like, I don't know if it's going to happen with the 50.
I was trying to figure out what you were doing. You were like hopping.
Foot, so can
Hopping
shoot
on
myself
1 foot.
several times. The Lawns by Lou machine. Rumbling in the water box here, the right-hand side of the racetrack. Lou Shallow. PKRE Racing Engines here, Chesterville, Virginia. And the Cocoa, Florida hot rod in the left lane.
Jason Spinnock coming on left-hand side. Cocoa, Florida, the small block Ford. Pro Charger entry number 11. Trying to get a little quicker right there. Shallow, of course, running with his son. And what a great family operation. We've seen this car go quicker and faster each and every year. And still stepping on it.
So is the father-son duo here, the Shallow family, will be coming forward. We're here. The high-intensity DXP conversation going on, and Lawns by Lou awaiting Spina as both of them will just roll forward and get on the pedal. Pro Charger and nitrous shot. Look at Louie. 111 to the 60 going out the back door is going to be coming at you with a 470 with a 750 mile an hour definite improvement. Big shot for the Lawns by Lou hot rod.
Here it is, the world famous Tina is going to be the left-hand side of the racetrack. Kurt Sanders, Sefner, Alabama. Well, that's actually Sefner, Florida, but that's okay. The big Black Nelson power plant right there. The nitrous assisted Brian Cox doing the tuning. Curtis Mace going to be on the right-hand side of the Marion, North Carolina Pontiac Firebirds at number 20 right now. Kurt Sanders and Tina, Team Tina, baby. One of the best looking cars on the property over there on the left-hand side is number 2, trying to chase Brian Keep, who went 451 with a 4. So he's about 400 behind. Let's see if he can do it right here.
So X275 has been coming in. They continue to come in at a good clip down there. X275, we need you in the staging lanes, which you are answering the call mightily.
So Mace, pre-stage, waiting on Kurt Sanders. Tina, number 2 qualifier, looking to make up some ground and go number 1 again. All the nitrous, all the time. Get it, baby. 109 60 foot. So he's trucking right there. Improves, and I believe goes number 1. No, stays number 2. 454, 154. Behind Brian Keep. And Rylan McClaskey, your No Mercy 11 Ultra Street champ. And Bruce Rentz from Baxley, Georgia. The small block Ford against all the cubic inches. Hopped up by Hubbard, Kenny Hubbard out there helping him out. Lakeside the ride. When your dad owns the collision repair as Lakeside Collision, you're going to have a nice looking Camaro. And this one, exactly that. As I will dare challenge the Loanzadex. What color is that? The Camaro. We have reached the depths of the Loanzadex. It's one of those, just hit it on the stir stick and go, yeah, I like it. Maybe get a little extra glitter in there.
So Rentz and McClaskey down to the last handful of cars here in Ultra Street before we get into some prep and move to X275. Ooh, broke traction there from McClaskey, as did Rentz a little bit earlier on. 658.9 and 95 miles an hour for Rylan McClaskey as Bruce Rentz goes 736.3 at 133.39. Chris Mays coming up, heat the tires. The blunted rear-facing air scoop. You can't have a forward-facing scoop in a class.
Rear-facing scoop.
But you can have a rear-facing one that is as square can be. And Danny Tellman cowl-style hood on top of his 1968 Camaro. Tillman, number 27 qualifier right now. Mace, number 29.
Shout out to the Snapchat homie, Mr. Sleeper out there, hanging out with the Tillman crew, documenting their weekend there and the after-night festivities to boot. We'll see what the Mace family from Marion, North Carolina's got going on here in the right-hand side. 29 qualifier and 27 qualifier.
Tillman left like he meant a nice wheel stand for Mace. A little bit of smoke up there at the big end of the racetrack as Tillman goes 5:23.5, runs within 2 thou. Mace picks up a second and a half, goes 5:19.7 at 119 miles an hour. Mace goes to 27. Leapfrog Tillman by 1 spot. Scott Parson and Brian Keep coming up right now. Keep, the 1998 Camaro. Number 1 qualifier currently at 4:51.4. Scott Parson qualified 6 at 4:58.5. So for Scott Parson, ran 670, ran 450. For Brian Keep, ran 453 and 451. So Keep, as he has been known to do over the last several seasons, just printing tickets.
But it is very important. I've been dealing with since I'm 16.
Getting down to the last couple of calls for X275. X275 to the lanes, please. X275 to the lanes.
Scott Parson and Brian Keep pre-stage. Keep does not waste any time. Locks it down. And both of them brake traction at almost the same spot. Parson left first, Keep left second, and both of them spun early. X275, you should be coming to the staging lanes. X275, you should be coming to the lanes as we are rocking and rolling here in Ultra. Vortec blower for Alton Clements here, right side of the racetrack. And there she is, Haley James, left side. Clements from South Carolina, James from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Sure that we have all of the fluid containers nice and tight here, as James made a really good rip last night and gave us some water all the way down the racetrack, but you know, it'd be like that sometimes. So we will see what James, your number 10 qualifier, 463 with a 4, and Clements, your number 17, 481 with a 4. Clements going to try to improve here. James is going to try to get that thing down to low 60s. We have seen it. We've seen some 50s.
Yes, we have. James last night left the starting line. There was a issue with the cover on the intercooler tank, which they've gotten rectified. Alton Clements. Boy, all the boost that Vortec blower can make. Haley's car spins early. Clements has gone 481, and now he has gone 479. Incremental progress for Alton at 144 miles an hour.
It is incremental, but it's also heat of the day progress, too, as they will be eliminated.
All right, so if you have not bought some DXP or Lights Out 12 gear, we have five hats left. We have a limited quantity of shirts left, sizing from large to XXX, meaning on the size, not the content of the shirt. And that is that the cupboards are almost bare down there at the DXP Superstore, so make sure you get your stuff.
Zane Owen with the Real deal burnout here as he was coming up in open comp earlier and just kind of did a nice little shorty. But now he in it. All the RPM, all the tire smoke, and the racing realtor. The Cox family. Right here in the left-hand side of the racetrack. Doctor said, look, you can't be racing just quite yet. You take a little break here, and went ahead and tapped Carr and said, all right, it's your turn. Take on over the driving duties. Zane, your number 23 qualifier, 497 with a 743 miles an hour, will try to improve out here. So maybe went a 60 earlier this morning in open comp, and Jason Carr trying to get back in the show here. They've been having all kinds of nitrous problems and needing some jets and parts calls and everything, and would be great to get this thing with some breathing room. Get down into the low 20s in the qualifying sheet. It's not going to help Carr. Zane Owen runs on down there, 497. Carr just not traction anywhere. Terry Wilson in Pottsboro, Indiana. From Pottsboro, Indiana. That's that one
Pittsburgh,
up.
even.
Pittsburgh.
Pottsboro's next door.
Well, yeah.
Pittsburgh, though, beautiful this time of the year.
Is that the little brother to Pittsburgh?
It is.
Yeah, there we go.
And Martin Armstrong from Blakely, Georgia. 77 Trans Am.
It's a mighty fine burn out there.
That thing's good.
At least there's a little bit of wind today to kind of blow the smoke. Last night, it was just sitting over the racetrack.
Just sitting there.
Looked like a Willie Nelson concert out there, just hanging out.
Armstrong is using the same reverse box air scoop method that we saw earlier. Cool looking car is Terry Wilson. Nitrous purge, door's going to be slammed shut.
Definitely don't see many of these turned into race cars, this particular Trans Am style.
They're big and heavy, you know, so it's, yeah, like to your point, I mean, Ultra Street thankfully is a category where you don't necessarily have to be a flyweight, you know, depending on what your setup is. So, yeah, you don't find many of these body styles in any category where you have to be too weight concerned because they're hard to get in the light. Even today. Just look at the size of the door on the thing.
Yeah, even though it's a unibody,
Right.
it's still real heavy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, crash standards.
Both of them slip sliding away off the early part of that run as Armstrong goes 587.6, 139, and Wilson goes 888.5 at 83.41.
You got to be these last couple of cars thinking, man, if I'm in the show, I feel pretty good, but if I'm trying to get a better spot or get a little safer, I'm starting to sweat a little bit here. Not because it's hot, because the track is hot. We'll have some shots later on in the evening, but as we've been kind of hammering the point home all week long, this will be what you're going to be racing eliminations in. As my Bubba, Michael Hollis, Watauga, Texas, right here. One half of Doomsday Productions. The Oaks Performance, helping him out here, left-hand side. Nitrous Outlet onboard freak show converters, 2JM Fab. Vicious Performance. Shout out to Leah and Gary watching on. We wish you were here racing Ultra with us, but you know, it'd be like that sometimes. So we'll see what Bubba, number 13, 468 with a 9. Let's see what happens here. They got him moved way over out of the groove and they said, look, we're 12, or actually 13 now. We're pretty good. Let's see what happens here. The father-son racing team of Pops said, nah, back it up. As we made a video a long time ago of Pops getting stuck on the racetrack, the stinky leg, we had fun with it. But we're back with a little serious program here, as this thing is the goal for the weekend to go 50s. So far we have got a 68. A little bit off, but room for improvement. One last purge of the nitrous, and we're going to be going.
Yeah, I got the table set up, the chairs are set up.
Now, we're going to go on to the trailer with that one and do some track work for X275.
All right, here we go. Looks like the final nitrous car going to be coming on the left-hand side of the racetrack before we get into a little bit of track preparation. Then obviously X275 is going to be coming at us. Here we go. The nitrous car looking pretty good on the left-hand side of the racetrack right there. Going to lay down a 504 at 139 miles an hour right there, tickling on that 4-second zone. Don't forget, if you want to get some autographs, make sure to come see Car Chicks and go get your signing. So Women Motorsports Car Chicks, they had a calendar put out. Some of the calendar ladies are down there signing autographs down there at Car Chicks, which is about, I'd say about 8th mile on the racetrack, and go directly over to the manufacturer's midway. You can see it. What's up, man? So once again, go over there and check it out. Kate Sojak helping out along with all the fine ladies. I think there's 3 or 4 of them, including Boss. You can get Boss's autograph.
Boss X down there amongst the luminaries. The Women of Motorsports calendar. Get down to Car Chicks and get your autographed copy. Big thanks to Diamond Pistons, our presenting sponsor of Lights Out 12. Thanks to our gold level sponsors, Holly, EFI, and Mickey Thompson. And our title sponsors, AFCO, Jordan Carriers, UPR Products, Brodix, Menser Motorsports, VP Racing Fuels, Bryson Motorsports, Nitrous Outlet, Western Transport, the official transportation company of DuckX Productions, Comp Cams, Fast, Precision Turbo and Engine, XS Batteries, Dart, Proline Racing Engines, Davis Technologies, PTC Torque Converters, Door Slammers 2, PTP Racing, David Monday, and Finish Line, Eastside Auto Transport, RC Components, Energy Manufacturing, Shady Trail Ranch, Fuel Tech, and Team Z Motorsports. Our class sponsors this weekend, PTC and Fuel Tech sponsoring Radial vs. the World, Summit Racing Equipment, UPR Products, and HPL sponsoring Pro 275. X275 sponsored by Pro Charger and Precision Turbo. Limited 235 sponsored by Nitrous Express, Ultimate Converter Concepts, Salvato Designs, RC Components, Forced Induction Performance, and King of Carburetors. The Ultra Street class sponsors Vortec Superchargers, Energy Manufacturing, and Pro Fabrication. Small Block Nitrous No Time sponsored by Steve Green Incorporated. DXP Street sponsored by MacFab and Door Slammers 2. Limited Drag Radial sponsored by Strange Engineering, TRZ Motorsports, and Energy Manufacturing. Carolina No Time sponsored by Carolina No Time. And the Index Open Comp and 6.0 category sponsored by Pro Systems and Red Horse Performance. Presenting sponsors include Bomb Track, M&M Transmission, PSCA, HPL, D's Nuts, Hyperactive, Body Symmetry, Chili Willies, S&S Diesel, and Woody Mart. Our bonus sponsor, Todd Moyer. The VIP stage sponsors, Mickey Thompson, Holly EFI, and Diamond Pistons, as well as Energy Manufacturing. The event wristband sponsored by Drag Life, and your winner circle sponsor is Fuel Tech.